Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Xa Talk Show. Today is 2019, October 17th, Thursday, 10 o'clock a.m. in the morning, San Francisco time. Good morning, Bart. So Bart says, topic number 7. Let's see what is number 7. HAVIT Keyboard. A great choice. Bart, am I alive? Are you alive? Okay, topic number 7. HAVIT Keyboard. Fantastic keyboard. Actually, I was going to show you guys, you see. Now, this is my usual Kinesis keyboard. Let's try this. Hold on a second. Let's try the full head if that works. Okay, you see. So this is my Kinesis keyboard. So I'm alive and you are alive. And I was going to show you this ultimate hacking keyboard. I haven't shown video. I haven't shown video of this keyboard for a while. Last time I showed this is almost half a year ago. But actually HAVIT keyboard is a great choice. So let's do that then. So let's unplug this and let me get my HAVIT keyboard. Okay. Now over there, that's my bed. You see, I live like I'm a ascetic, and I live like a hermit in the city. Okay, a city, metropolis city hermit, and like a monk. So I sleep. It's like you sleep. You just sleep on the floor. And in fact, I have been doing that for the past 20 years, since year 2000. No TV, no nothing. Oh, of course, I still have the ultimate hacking keyboard. Well, it's not proper for me to sell it because they gave me a copy for review. I'm doing a review for them. Okay, let me get the other keyboard. That is the HAVIT keyboard. You cannot see it. Let's see if I can figure out some way so that you can see it. Good morning, Green Deck. In only webcam scene, it uses different mic, probably from the webcam. Oh, okay, yeah. So let me try to audio channel, audio input capture. Logitech headset. Now, is it better? Is it me or does sound have worse sound quality? Yeah, it is the latter. Okay, there we have it. It's a let's just take it out and there it is. Let's see, this camera sucks. Okay, this Logitech camera sucks, so it cannot focus closely. Let's see if I can do that. Is it focused? I think it is. So this is a HAVIT keyboard, but actually it has lights. and this is just a box, nothing special to it. And let's plug it in. So it's USB. Okay, the smaller one is USB. I don't know how you call it, but it's like that. It's standard plug, and you plug one side to it, and let's see, and the other side is like that. Yeah, so there you have it. Oh, lights come up. Yeah. Mac says keyboard setup assistant. No, thank you. So it's shining. It's bright. It's it's showing the lights. Actually, let me turn off. Yeah. Okay. Let's try this new way. Let's put that away, and let's put this here. So you can see they are actually about the same size, as far as the width goes. But let me turn off the lights. I mean, close my window. So this keyboard is fantastic. This is not a keyboard I can use because I need ergonomic keyboards like that. So I do not use this. But it's a great keyboard, and it's got thin mechanical keys. Let me show you some typing. Actually, so I have to. I need money to buy cams, to buy quality cam stuff, and stands, and all that. But let's see, how do I do this? Okay, and okay, now if I do some typing, you cannot see my I have to switch to Emacs. Okay, switch to Emacs. I am used to them being separate, so this is gonna be, oops, incorrect. What? This is QWERTY. Okay, this I do not think it's programmable, but actually I have a website about that. Hold on a second. It's QWERTY, but I'm using a Vorak layout, so now I have to go to my Mac to change the keyboard layout to QWERTY. I don't even have it there. Pinyin simplified. Okay, comments. Monk food. Yeah. Buttermilk ingredient. It's the only thing is use different milk, probably from webcam. It's me over the side. Well, that's better. Okay, better. Yeah. So you go to Mac. You want to add a Vorak keyboard layout. Okay. So you go there and you scroll down, and you pick English, and English Vorak. Okay. Add. Okay. Now close this. There you have it. Now you go to the top, switch to Vorak. Now I'm in Vorak. Now I can type with soft flag keys in Emacs. Hold on a second. It's still US. Oh, because I have application dependent layout. Okay, now it's Vorak. Okay, So you see, first of all, let me show you my Emacs command. Caps lock. I don't want caps lock. So okay, so it's I haven't been using this keyboard, so everything is wrong. I need to set my Emacs up. Now where is the meta key? I think it's this. I want to press W, you see. What's going on? Okay. Vorak. Over this window now it's QWERTY again. Stupid. Now I'm gonna have a major problem when I totally confused. Okay, now I need to press escape. Undefined. Control G then. I pressed the wrong key because I was typing Vorak. Control G. It should be QWERTY U. Okay. Now I'm good. Now switch window. You see, magnify and split window. Okay. And oops, I didn't split window. What the? Okay, I want to split window. Wait, what is that key doing? That is doing previous user buffer. Why is that? Oh, okay. So what key am I typing now? Okay, so you see it gets very complicated because the Vorak and let's launch event viewer. So that way I will know what key am I pressing. So what is this key? This key is what? Okay, so I know what's going on because you see it's fairly complicated because because there's an issue of Vorak layout versus QWERTY layout. I don't know which one I'm in. So then there is the issue of me. You see this? I'm using this. This is a numerical keypad. Okay, and now I have programmed that so each key on this keypad does something like switch window, last window, previous window, next tab, close tab, magnify, zoom out, things like that. So in order to do that, because that is not a programmable keypad, so in order to program keys on that, I use this application called Keybinding on a Mac. Okay, so now it's getting a bit complicated. Now this is a numerical keypad. Now this is made by Truly Ergonomic. Okay, however, there is something special about this keypad because this is not just a average numerical keypad. Okay, it'll take some explanation. So let's do it then. Let me explain what's going on. So keypad, you go to keypads, and my web page, keypad. These are programmable keypads. That means they have memory inside. You can program the keys. But however, the truly ergonomic keypad I'm using is a normal numerical keypad, like this, cheap. Like you can get them for $10 or something, $15. Okay. So this, okay. So let me actually use my Kinesis keyboard, and now I have to switch the layers. This is getting very complicated. I don't want to scratch buffer. Sauce verdict. What? 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 Okay, close that. Go to the Talk Show and open a new buffer. Let's so copy that and go here and paste. Okay, now let me explain what is going on. Okay, bubble gum. Okay, bubble gum. Throw it away because I didn't pay attention. That's probably annoying to you. You probably are hearing it. So how do you get efficient with so many keys? News. If every key has very long command marker, you can pretty efficient. Well, this keyboard has bullshit button. Okay, so anyway, so let me explain what's going on. So, oh God, this is so much to do. So much to do a professional videos live stream like what I'm doing professional. Okay, so this, remember, this is truly ergonomic numerical keypad. It's not programmable, but however it's a bit different from normal numerical keypads. Now this one you buy, you see on a PC keyboard you have the numerical keypads on the side, you see on the right side typically, and they send different signals. They send the number signals different from the numbers on top row of the keyboard. They are different signals. Okay, so when you buy a numeric keypad, they send the numbers on the numerical keypad, those signals, not the, not the top row of the numbers. But however, on this truly ergonomic keypad, they actually send the same signal as the as as the number keys on top of the keyboard. Okay, they did that intentionally because this truly ergonomic keypad is designed. Let me show you actually. Best numeric keypads. Okay, you have wireless mechanical keys. You have Misto. This is also wireless. I don't know wireless or not, but it's got lights. And you have these got lights. And okay, so this is the truly ergonomic numeric keypad I'm using. And they are sending they are not sending the keypad numeric signals. They are sending the number key, or the standard key signals. They do that because they designed their numerical keypad to be used with Excel. They think it's better that way. Okay, because that way you don't have to worry about toggling the number lock button, right? So on normal keyboard you have the number lock key, number lock, like over here, this key, number lock. If I press it, yeah, what's going on? Why is the light not lighting up? So anyway, they are not, the numeric keypad signals. Therefore, now because this is not programmable, and but I need to program it to be functional keys. Therefore, I use the Mac carabiner. Jesus, I cannot talk anymore. Carabiner elements. Okay, this software allows me to program the keyboard, but I have to do some tricks because when I press the number 6 here, it needs to be different from the number 6 key I press on my main keyboard. So I have to do some tricks there. Therefore, but now since normally I'm using this keyboard, but now since I just plugged in this one, and I have not prepared this keyboard, so now when I press the number 6 key, it's actually doing some kind of macro. It's actually doing macro, the same thing I programmed on this keypad. So that is very confusing. That is why. Do you see? So do you guys? is it clear? Do you understand what I'm saying? So therefore, now I'm going to do some typing demo on this keyboard. The first thing I need to do is I need to quit carabiner. Carabiner. Quit. So that when I press the number keys on this keyboard, it will not do weird things. So now we can go back here. And now we need to switch back to Vorak. Okay. And now if I can, you have to, don't know where the key is. Now when you use a normal keyboard, I feel like, I'm kind of crushed into this little space. Okay, split. It's what is it doing? Thoughts extempore. That's about something. Anyway, it's too. I guess I don't think you guys are too interested in this, are you? What is key? What is that? I just quit carabiner. Oh, it didn't. Yeah, it's not quit. Okay, now quit. Are you sure? Yes. Shut the fuck up. Okay, now let's split the window. Now it works. You see, split window. Unsplit. Okay, now close this buffer. Close this buffer. You don't need it. Now switch back to Xar Talk Show. Why are you doing that? Okay, now just go to Xar Talk Show. There it is. This is today's topic. Open. And oh, we don't have it anything here. So anyway, so there it is. I'm typing on this keyboard, and it's got, okay, so it's got lights. The lights you can turn off actually. Okay, this is fantastically bad. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. How am I gonna do this? I'm gonna show changing the lights to uniform color, but first of all, I need to get the camera. Okay, there. And you cannot see the full thing, but anyway, press F1. Function 1. Okay, function 2. Oh no, function F1. Okay, now you see only some of the keys slide up. I'm not sure why exactly, because I think it's for gamers. You see these 1 to 6 are light up. Now let's try F and F2. Then different set of keys light up. I guess this is for first person shooters. Then Fn F3, then some other weird thing. Okay, Fn F4. Okay, bad, weird. Fn F5. Nah, Fn F6. Now we are back to the rainbow thing. I don't like the rainbow. I don't want them to move. So Fn F6. Okay, now it's like this. Okay, too flashy. Fn F7. Okay, now it's like a bomb. Okay, anyway, that's about, there are several pre-programmed effects. I don't think you can program them. I'm not sure. So what are we doing now? But anyway, it's got, these thing mechanical keys, which are very good, and we can take it off to show you. So let's do that. This I got from a keyboard meetup. This is a box switch from Kyle, and this is a keyboard puller. Let's try. Okay, there it is. So that's the mechanical. That is the mechanical key. Oh, that's nice. Jung, jung. Okay, I think that's it for that. So any questions for this keyboard? Let's put this back. I want to go here. I want to open a new Emacs window and press this key down. Let's see if I can type. Okay, something in the water does not compute, or does it? And we decide what is real and what is an illusion. Okay, let's get back here. Oh, you didn't see my windows here. So anyway, so that is about that keyboard, I think. Now I think I switch back to Vorak unless there's more. I switch to. Am I too quiet? Am I too quiet now? I don't. I'm good, right? Congratulations, you won. Bartholomew, thanks. Among everyone. Greetings, Derek, Justin. Greetings, Justin. Derek, morning. Okay, so no questions. Okay, so let's switch everything back to my usual XOR mod. Unplug this, and now I'm back to my Kinesis Advantage, and in fact go to the keyboard preference and remove the Vorak layout. I don't need it because I have hardware Vorak. It does not hurt to have Vorak option there, but actually it does, because whenever you switch, sometimes I need to switch to Chinese input, and Vorak gets in the way. You have to switch between them. So close that, no save. So XOR talk show index, and that is about that. So let me get to the questions, comments. Oh, it's better now. Okay, so let's just copy, and now I need to turn back the carabiner elements so that this keypad will become macro keys again. Okay, so you guys go buy it. Okay, buy stuff, buy to help the economy. Okay, buy it. You guys go buy. Okay, close that. What is this? Oh, run. This is interesting. So Matt says, what's your opinion on staying on the home row on the keyboard? That's a good, well, if you do touch type, that's what you have to do. I tend to have my hands spread further than recommended. spread? Like what you mean? Like what? Well, I guess you need a keyboard with large sized keys, something like that. Like what you mean spread? You do you mean you rest your hands on the upper row instead of the home row? Uh, okay. Bart says I really like Neo 2 home row. Neo 2, that's a German layout. So what layout are you using, Bart? Okay, so Matt says my index fingers are not staying on the F and J keys. Okay, now I assume you are using a normal keyboard. Okay, so there's many interesting things about keyboard, but let's look at them. So truly, okay, so yeah, so you were saying I'm assuming, is that correct, Matt? You are using a normal like PC keyboard like these. So you are saying your hand do not rest on index finger do not rest on the F and J keys. I have heard that other people say that because, well, first the reason for that is mostly because the standard PC keyboard, they are not ergonomic. They are not designed for. I mean, they do not. They are just right. So you are using a Mac keyboard. They are, the PC keyboard is just a flat regular slab, slab. Okay, just a piece of flat surface. It's not ergonomic. So if you use, if you use a ergonomic keyboard like this, then it'll probably be different. So Bart says, I want to switch to Neo 2, but I still didn't get on a proper solution on how to change the keycaps or annotate them. I have a side keyboard. I changed to Neo 2, but the keyboard is not as good. What do you mean you cannot change? Well, if you have a mechanical keyboard with Cherry MX switches, then certainly it's trivial to you can buy keycaps, and it's trivial to change them. So right, on a normal keyboard, of course, you cannot normally on a normal, like non-mechanical keyboard keys, you cannot easily change the keycaps. So yeah, you have to buy a shit. You have to buy a mechanical keyboard. All of these actually are all mechanical keys. Most of them are Cherry MX switches, meaning that you can easily, trivially buy keycaps to whatever layout you want. For example, look at this one. You can actually, this one is oh yeah, special made keycaps. This one is from uh, South Asia. Now you may not recognize these artworks and characters, but if you are in Asia, you do recognize it. This is a phoenix. That is a Chinese phoenix actually. Uh, Chinese mythology and Chinese dragon, and these are Chinese style clouds. Very famous and so on. Anyway, so you buy keycaps such as there are so many cute keycaps. You can buy these. These are artistic keycaps. You have mushroom. You have this Buddha's palm. It says you stop here. you know, you stop here. Oh, it's talking to the social justice scan and also the Unix philosophy people. Okay, you stop here. And then you have this lion head. Okay, this lion head is also again another Chinese characteristic thing. In China, you have these all over the place, sculptures, stone made of stone. Then you have Pangolian. How wonderful it is! You have Pangolian keycaps. It's wonderful. Pangolian is kind of a weird creature and beautiful. And then you have turtles. then you have this beautiful thing. Then you have these gears. Now these gears actually move. You can move them. There's a video. If you go to my website, HAVIT Keyboard, you'll find it. It's a video. Then you have these 3D printed, do-it-yourself Halloween keycap. This is Jack o' Lantern thing, and you have lots of others. Cute keycaps, superhero keycaps. You have Iron Man, you have Thor, the hammer, you have Overwatch, the hog, you have the ass of Tracer, and you have Captain America, and the agent of the Shield, idiotic. Then you have the Stormtroop stuff. So Neo 2 keyboard, yes, changing is trivial, but there are no Neo 2 keycaps as far as I know, and Neo 2 has 6 layers. Like, what do you mean? Like, Neo 2 is just a normal. Let's look at Neo 2. Okay, let's go to layout. Let's go to German layout. German and German ergonomic. We want to go to German ergonomic. So this is Neo layout. Okay, so Neo 2 is new, huh? I didn't know about Neo 2. What's the difference between Neo and Neo 2? So this is Neo layout. So if you want to change keycaps, it's just letters. You just buy a set of keycaps. It's on Amazon or wherever you buy shop in Germany. You buy it, you just put it on. So I'm not sure what you mean. Yeah, so I don't know what you mean by you cannot change keycaps. Leaks of new, yes, except ultra slim keyboards like laptop. Oh, like laptop. Well, you if you are in this level of things, like doing Vorak or Neo or these kind of things, you need to get a mechanical keyboard. You need to buy it. Of course, you cannot change keycaps on a normal Apple keyboard or Microsoft or Logitech, except the Logitech gaming keyboards. Yeah, Neo has lots of layers. Okay, my opinion on layers is that don't use layers. Okay, don't ever use layers. Well, unless they are model. Like, typically the way they have layers is that for example, you press the old key, then it's a layer. You have to hold the old key, then press something, then release that key, then release the old key. Okay, it's idiotic. It's called, let's go to keyboard layout, keybinding. Okay, keybinding, the art and science of keybinding, which is ARCA, keyboard shortcut. Okay, keybinding and keyboard shortcut, they are actually they are also layout. They are. So what you want to do is, you see this combo breaker, in karate, if they do some moves, keep punching you, you need to employ the technique of combo breaker. then you defeat your enemies. Okay, combo breaker. So this article is ban key chords. Okay, you want to ban them, like Control Alt something, Meta something, Shift ban Shift 2, ban them. You don't want them because they are inefficient. They are repetitive strain injury inducer. Okay, if you do them a lot, for example, if you are a professional Photoshop user using a normal keyboard, you have to press all these keyboard shortcut all the time, like switching to, like in Photoshop. It damages your hand faster than just normal typing. Okay, and in fact, if you are a programmer, I've done statistics. Just search for XARLI Emacs key statistics. You'll find my report. you have key logs that gather statistics about how people use keyboards. Okay, so if you are a average programmer, chances are the keystrokes you type over a month, more than half of them are related to uh, key codes, like control something, things like that. So this is more important than letter layout. I talked about this before. So you don't want to use any this modifier key concept. Okay, it came from historical reasons. It's no good. But anyway, this is something to consider. Okay, because for most people, you don't type that much. Even if you are a programmer, you don't really type much. Okay, get the key log, measure your actual key number of keystrokes. Then we can talk about things. So for majority of programmers, you don't really type that much, and you don't have repetitive strain injury. You don't have hand problems. Okay, then for you, whatever is okay. You can use PC keyboard. You can use it's fine. But if you have if your hand hurts, if you use Emacs too much, you have pinky problems. You have you started to have problems, then pay attention to this article. Okay, ban these modifier keys. You don't want to use it. But what can you do? Well, you have a lot. I talk about some techniques how to uh, not how to avoid pressing them, because you need keyboard macros. This is when you get into keyboard layout, key binding layout, mechanical keyboards, ergonomic keyboards. You have to buy and solve these problems. So if you are going you are using this fancy fairly advanced, like you are high up there, neo layout, then yeah, then it's natural you would consider have a mechanical keyboard so you can change keycaps. Okay, so yeah, so we were talking about layers. Now these keyboard layouts, they have layers. Okay, in my opinion, it's idiotic. I don't like many layers. They are it's like it's their marketing blurb. They will say, oh, we have 10 layers. Oh, ergodox, we support 6 layers, we support 7 layers, neo layout supports supports 100 layers, we have by default 100 layers. It's idiot. Okay, when you so to them, they are trying, they it looks so nice, these layers. When I see that, okay, to me, oh, so I will never use this layout because it has 100 layers. It's idiotic. So don't use layers. I mean, again, like how depends on how much you actually type. What kind of level are we talking about? If you there's really truly a difference of levels. Like for most people, if you are not a programmer, let's say your mom, okay, when your mom see you doing programming, they think, oh, you are God. Like when you look at but actually among programmers, there are programmers like me, okay, who just do Emacs, and they are the super programmers who wrote the Google search engine. Okay, so among programmers, there's a big difference between. But if you are not in the programming community, you have no idea. You think they are all talking about incredible things like rocket science. You don't understand. You look at all programmers the same. But actually, among programmers, you have those who just graduated high school or college, versus who some of the great programmers, right? In the same way, like mathematics. Like if most of you don't know mathematics, and you look at me or someone, you think, oh, they know math. They are talking, but actually, there's a big difference between the levels of expertise. So in the same way, what are we saying? So you are using Neo layout. Uh, yeah. So I mean, so yeah, if you, it depends on how much you are into it. Okay. So layers, they are fine. Okay, they work, they are fine. But if you are really into efficiency, like you start to measure key logs, you have to compare, you have to find out which is truly the best, then you're, if you do study that, you may agree with me that modifier keys is no good. Okay. Now layers, the concept itself is fine, because it's fine, but you don't want the activation method to be modifier based, like holding down a modifier key then press something, or holding down this, old control then press something. Okay, that's no good. So that's what I'm saying. uh So do I make sense? Do I make sense? Like, I need to improve my articulation. Like yesterday we were talking about, I was doing a great rant against the Unix philosophy of the aspect line truncation, line based programming languages, counting software by lines of code, counting software complexity by lines of code. And all that, I mean, basically I'm talking about how the line based philosophy of Unix philosophy created a um, uh, everlasting damage in computing industry. And I gave several examples. For example, I gave examples of email specification, where Unix tells everyone else to truncate lines, because they cannot deal with long lines. They are Unix idiotic technology. They cannot deal with long lines. So they create the email spec and force everyone to truncate that lines. You have to do it too, because we cannot. Fuck Unix. So I gave several examples why it's a tremendous harm to industry. Email spec, then the quotation mechanism in emails, which is all fucked up. You quote something by appending a character to the beginning of each and every line. so so that's another example. Then we talk about, several examples. I talk about programming language syntax, the concept of syntactical unit in a programming language, how that is wiped out by Unix, by the Unix line based thing. And I talked about what's the solution. I talked about software margin. I talked about how Unix philosophy, they form a code, and so they stop programmers from thinking. So I gave several, I gave a like half an hour rant on that. So I'm wondering, am I clear, Kathy? Good morning, Kathy. Good, and Bart. So yesterday, when you hear me ranting about Unix philosophy, half of the half hour is fuck Unix. But do I make any sense at all? Uh, anyway, so Bart says, what about layer 6? You should love it. So Bart, what's the difference between Neo and Neo 2? So Neo website, they are like in German. I don't understand German. So it says Neo ist ein Ego muss nicht Tagesbürgerlichen. Welcome für die Tschüss. Spash Atomizer ist. So you never use Neo 1. So the page I'm looking at, is this Neo 2 or Neo 1? So I guess you are just calling it Neo. I mean, I guess they just changed. I mean, it's the same thing basically. Yes, I know that, but you should know I know that Neo is an ergonomic keyboard layout which is optimized for the German language. I wrote a article we were talking about. I wrote a whole page about it. The history of ergonomic keyboard layouts of designed for German language. You see? Okay, so it's Neo 2. So just call it Neo. Why do you call it Neo 2? I mean, on their homepage they don't say Neo 2. So Neo, so Neo, let's see layout Epping 6. Okay, we need to go to a JavaScript. Uh, Translating the web page. What translating the web page? Okay, let's go to neolayout.org. Epping layout, yeah. Uh, so let's click on Epping 6. Okay, yeah, okay, math. It's math. I don't recommend it. I don't recommend all this layout. Okay, I studied this issue in detail. For example, let's go to layer 6. Okay, you cannot. You cannot make it stick. I want to stick, man. It doesn't stick. This stupid website. Okay, so Neo 6. Okay, so actually, let me do a screenshot. Okay, now let's go back. Let's demo some power of Emacs. Okay, and show in browser. Okay, this is a page, and we are gonna call this command. Okay, hold on a second. Let me show all my Emacs commands on the left window. Okay, and how long have I been talking? Let's see. I think we are about to end the end of Xali for today. Oh, okay. The night is young. We only talked for 15 minutes. So anyway, so back to Emacs. So I press a key, I press enter, I press enter, I press enter, then show in browser. Then wow, suddenly you have this screenshot. Fantastic. I just stored the Neo website into my blog. Now this is actually not the screenshot we want because all these got white spaces. So I press a key, it launches my operating systems viewer, and I just do that. That's what I want. Okay, and I press a key, crop. Okay, now close it. Back to Emacs. It automatically refreshes. Okay, close it, and show in browser. Perfect. Actually, this is not perfect because previously you see. Let me magnify. Okay. Previously you see this width and height. Width 1293, height 995. Okay, that's the previous size, but because we cropped it, so there's a new size. Now we need to redo it. So I copy that, paste. Okay, then I call a command. Now this is new. Okay, so the new width is 560 and the new height is 291. Show in browser. See, there's a difference. Back in Emacs, cut out that line. Okay, and wait. Oh, I cut out. Yeah, cut out the line. So, but this is still not good enough because okay. So anyway, I want to extract all URL in this block of text. So I call a command. It's done. Now I move the cursor down, paste. You see, that's the full path of the URL, and I press a button, it becomes the image tag for me. You see the difference is actually there's no difference. Okay, actually yeah, there's no difference between these two, but there's something I will get to. So you see right now this, if I'm writing a blog about this Neo 2, let's say the Neo layer 6, I need a screenshot, but this is not good enough because the image file name is screenshot something. That's not what I want. I want the proper name. So I press a key to rename it. Okay. Now you can see in at the bottom. Now I type a new name. I say Neo layout layer 6. Okay. Enter. You see it does multiple things. If we look at the file, we go to diode. Here is the file actually. So here is the file. You see it actually renamed the file on disk without me going into the directory. It actually renamed it, also relinked it here. It just works. Showing browser, it works. Back to Emacs, there's something else we need to do. Because now the name is a screenshot. The proper name should be Neo layout layer 6. So let's extract the URL again. Now I move cursor down, paste, and enter, add new lines. So you see this is the URL, and press the key, redo it. So now showing browser. So now you can see it has the name based on the image file name. It's all automatic. Okay, now I can delete that. So Neo layout layer 6. You see those characters? I can type those characters without those layers. Let me show you. Okay, let me show you. Okay, open a new buffer, magnify, okay, magnify so you can see. So let's say I want to do sum news. Okay, hold on, let's try again. Sum. There it is. Okay, now let's say I want to say for all. There it is. I want to say exist. There it is. I want to type the symbol for natural integers, for real number, let's say R. There it is. Magnify. Beautiful. I want to type in something like, for example, X is in S. Okay, that's a typical math phrase. Okay, the way you say it, you want to use symbols. Okay, in. There it is. You see, and all these are done without holding down a modifier, holding like Control Alt Shift or something like it, sprain your fingers. Tomorrow you go to visit the doctor. Okay, that's what these layers do to you. Tomorrow you visit the doctor. But you can see my key strokes on the left panel here. There is no Control Alt something, and this is it's actually much more efficient. Let's say right arrow. Okay, double right arrow. Okay, so you see right arrow RA. Now if I use some of these common, if I use them frequently, I can make it even easier. Let's not do it. It's in Emacs it's called abbrev. So I did a tutorial on that, I think twice. So you just go to my YouTube, search for go to my YouTube channel, search for Emacs abbrev. I have a like 1 hour tutorial on that. So this is how you do. This is a efficient alternative to this typical layers thing. Okay, and in fact, I have a article that I spent like a month study all possible ways to input basically when you study these kind of things, the proper subject matter for this category is called input methods. Okay, input methods. Specific type of input methods. For example, let's go to keyboard section. Let's go to key binding section. So in this page is a index to all articles related to key binding and input systems. Actually, input systems is in the layout section. But anyway, if you go to the key binding section, there is a section, there's an article called Math Input Design. So the title is Design of Math Symbols Input System. So this page discuss, so if you want to type a lot math, what is the best way? What is the best method? Is it by, maybe using a modifier key, or is it by using a key sequence, or is it by maybe using some kind of abbreviation that automatically changes to the symbol you want? Things like that. And by the way, this is not just math symbols, it can be any emoji. Okay, so I studied so-called research. Most people will just call it research. I researched. Okay, I'm a researcher. I researched this issue. I looked at, you spend, days, a month to study it. So I have conclusion of pro and cons of various methods, and I devised the best methods. So what you have seen, for example, n for natural numbers, you see. Okay, so let me show you how this works. So I want to turn this n to a double stroke n. So I press a key twice, F10, F10. F10 is actually my thumb key. You see, normally on this keyboard, you don't have big function keys. It sucks. Okay, you don't have big function keys. You have this tiny thing. I don't like that. So this key is actually F10 on my keyboard. Okay, so let's try to do it again. Okay, so you can see both my screen and my key. Undo. Okay, hold on a second. Let me show this window as well. So I want to turn this character into the double stroke n. So what I do is I press this key once, twice. You see? So which one is easier? Hold down Alt, Control Alt, layer 6, whatever, Control Alt Shift Windows key. Then you press N, or you type one character, well, two characters, Shift N. Okay, Shift N, two characters, then another two characters, F10, F10. 1, 2, 3, 4. So anyway, that's about that. Oh, and this mod, this is done in Emacs, and this mod, the command I just called is math input change to symbol. That's the command name, and we can go to the source code, and here's the source code. It's Emacs Lisp, and you go to the top, you can see the web page URL in this line, and show in browser, show it. So I have a web page. You can go there, you can download it, it's free. Don't forget to buy my Emacs tutorial. Okay, it's the best tutorial. It's one of the best. Okay, so buy my Emacs tutorial, and or go to my website. You can Patreon me, PayPal me. Thank you for support. So this package is free. You can type like 500 symbols. You can also trivially add your own. Well, if you are an Emacs user, on my page, if you read this page, I have lots of links. You can read about all kind of details, like how to do it, what packages, what software to use to create, how to create your own layout, things like that. Your own Unicode or emoji layout on Windows, Mac, Linux. So full of details. You guys can check it out. So comments, guys, comments. So actually, I think I have some Discord comment. We failed. We didn't mention Discord today. Let's go to Discord. Bart, are you on Discord? Join my forum, please. So Discord, let's see, because some people, I think they don't go to YouTube comments. They just go to Discord. What? Oh, and you need to turn on JavaScript. Turn on JavaScript, please. Okay, I need a drink, a break and a drink. So today's juice. Enter. Today's juice is grape juice. Okay, 100% natural juice. Juice for human animals. Modern society, you have these juices. You can go to a store and you have aisles of it, like the Matrix guns. Woo, aisles, 10,000 aisles, and on a rack you have 10 racks, top row, second row, third row. There are 10 racks on each side, and you have juice, grape juice, white grape juice, pineapple juice, orange juice, prune juice, raspberry juice. Fascinating. You have all these juice. What does it take to do this? If you don't have modern society, you have to pick them. It's tremendous work. Okay, it's tremendously tedious. It's tremendous work. Oh, okay. So you can make a paid course. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. King Herring. I was saying, I'm trying to make a paid course. So how do you pronounce your name? My quad work. So Microwork is asking me whether possibly I can teach Emac Lisp like advanced, and my answer is pretty much yes. I mean, if you have you ever written a Emac Lisp package for the public? Have you ever? If not, then $100 to me for 3 hours. I teach you Emac Lisp. You probably can benefit. It's probably worthwhile. Okay, so so pay me. I can teach Emac Lisp and JavaScript. Okay, so what will get for $100 for 3 hours? I can do 4 hours. Once I start talking, I can kind of non-stop, but I can do 4 hours for you guys. So you pay me $100. So for Emacs Lisp or just even Emacs, questions you can ask me, or JavaScript, I can make you an expert. Okay, because in these 3 hours, if without a teacher, you will spend like 30 hours. Is something like that. Actually, more than 30 hours if you study by yourself. You have to spend if you do 2 hours a day, it takes you several months because I've been coding Emac Lisp and for years, for 10 years. I know I can tell you what to do. Otherwise, otherwise it's like if you don't have a parent, then if you are an orphan, you don't have a parent like James Bond. I'm Bond, James Bond. Okay, if you don't have a parent, you learn things the hard way, which is extremely inefficient. You don't have a guide. A good guide is actually quite important because it saves you tremendous time. Because otherwise you are running into dead ends all the time. Okay, so any comments? Do the same without Emacs. What? I forgot to add the elixir of modernity. Elixir, okay. In short, this is called condensed coffee. Okay, it comes out crystal clear. You can see transparent in color of alpha, alpha channel value is 0. Aka condensed coffee. So Matt says, stop drinking that shit. That is correct. That is good advice. but but you know, in modern life we have our problems, big and small. Like some people smoke cigarettes, which I do. I'm trying to quit. And meanwhile, I know many of you smoke drugs. By the way, it's legal. Okay, it's legal in California. The marijuana. Many of you do that. It's you just modern life. Okay, so I missed some comments. I think. Well, actually, there's not many comments. I think maybe that's it for today. I hope you guys had fun. You see, I'm doing my videos, part of it for multitudes of reasons. Part of it, it's a captain's log. It's Xali's diary. It's my periodic dosage. I enjoy masturbation. Okay, and it's a record of it. Uh, so when I'm dead, you can see. Oh, so Xali looks like that. And maybe that'll stop some rumors. When you are dead, all rumors will fly. Then the other thing is, when you do video, well, I'm a explorer, so I explore all kind of things. So one thing I'm learning about video is that one of the things is that I can hone my articulation skill, and I can hone my oration skill as well in real time. I don't like the scripted way. Like I can improve my videos by preparing, maybe rehearse, then do a nice video for 10 minutes. That's one possibility, but that's not what I want to go. I don't really have to be in some way. But anyway, right now I'm just doing real time. Real time is great because so I'm learning, so I can talk about any topic that I know, and I became better at that. So one day I imagine I'll have the great debate, on political stage. So okay, so Bart says it's Neo 2. It was translating. I was translating from what? No, that was just you. What you read, Xa. That was just what you read. Okay. Chill. I was translating the web page, but I don't get it. Why is it? It doesn't mention Neo 2 on the web page. Or maybe they said somewhere here in German. I don't understand. So level, I heard that Neo 2 is also usable for English. Yeah, I heard of that. Contrary to Neo 1. Oh, okay. So the question to me is that I don't know what's the difference between Neo 1 or Neo 2. I think it's just a new version with major changes, right? That's what I think. It's not like someone else forked it. and renamed it Neo 2. Sometimes that happens. But I'm guessing here they just refer to the same project. It's just a newer version with maybe major changes. So contrary to Neo 1, so yeah, Meowcat. So this Neo, they don't have a English version. So I suppose that means their project is focused on German people. So you don't get much exposure. For example, if they have an English page, then I would read in detail. But it's German, so I just okay. I just look at the pictures. Okay, so that's it. Um, Maybe somebody cares enough that TCO is missing. What is TCO? So do the same without Emacs. Do the same. You can do that, okay? But so I think you are saying creating, these layers without Emacs. Okay, so that would be more difficult. You see, there is an interesting question about keyboard technology. Like when you want to type these Unicode characters, doesn't matter how advanced is your programmable keyboard, like the one we've shown today, the ultimate hacking keyboard or my Kinesis keyboard. They are very advanced programmable keyboards. But however, it is basically technically impossible to program the keyboard so that it types any of these Unicode characters. You see, this is very interesting. Once you started to study keyboards, you start to discover lots of weird illogical things. Okay, so it is impossible. Doesn't matter how advanced is your key programmable keyboard. It is impossible to make it's well technically impossible. Okay, there's a difference. It's technically impossible to create a shortcut or program a key to type Unicode characters. Why? Because the keyboard protocol, the USB, well, you have keyboard protocols that says, how the keyboard, what signal, electronic signal represent what key, things like that. You have protocols, and so what the keyboard send is actually it's not characters, nor is it ASCII code for the characters. It's actually it's just sending a bunch of numbers. Okay, and there's no way. Okay, anyway, so your keyboard sends a bunch of numbers. When you press a key, it's a number. So each key is just a number. And on your hardware, on your firmware, when you boot up the computer, there's a firmware, very low level firmware that understands those numbers. It's hard coded. Okay, so those numbers, they don't. It's hard coded to ASCII, to the QWERTY layout. Then, that's when your operating system, may it be Windows, Linux, or Mac, when they boot up. Okay, after they boot up, they load the operating system. Then you started to load the key binding, the system-wide key binding, on the Mac, on Windows, or on Linux. You started to load a keyboard layout, kind of map, keyboard layout map for your console on Linux, for example. Then the X11 Windows system comes up. Then that itself started to load its own key map. So you see, this there are several complications. So on the Mac, typically two levels. When you boot up, then you load the operating system. The operating system then loads the key map, kind of a higher level key map. Then you can choose Vorak or QWERTY. Then the OS decides what number corresponds to what letter. But still, even with all this trouble, the letters are just ASCII keys. So once the operating system loads, the key map loads, then the operating system knows which number should map to what character. But actually it's not character, because then this is sent to the operating system's keyboard framework, the input system, input system framework. And in that system there is no such thing as Unicode characters. I mean, it's something like that. Okay. Basically what the bottom line is that it's technically impossible to make your programmable keyboard send actual Unicode, because the signals are not Unicode, are not characters, they are just numbers. So but if you want to actually do this kind of thing, you have to go through hacks. Okay, hack. Okay, we back to hack. In fact, engineering, if you actually study engineering, you study all aspects of engineering. Most of it is like 90% of engineering. May it be a machine, hardware, a truck or a tank, it's all hack. It's all like hack. But on the surface it works. You don't know the details. For example, if you install Neo, it's probably, oh, you just have layers, you press this key and you get these math symbols. But actually there's a lot of hack going on. So how they do it, I'm not sure how they do it. Also these days, there's more advanced technology these days. Well, anyway, that's another topic. We're getting complicated. So anyway, anyway, so what I'm saying, but a easy way. Okay, here's a practical tip. A easy way, if you want to type math symbols and you want a keyboard key to do that, one easy way is to rely on an application. Okay, such as Emacs, Microsoft Word. Okay, because when you are in an app, when you press a key, the operating system going through several layers will send that key, will send a character to the application. For example, in Emacs or in Microsoft Word, okay, it will send the letter to the application. Then the application can take that letter and do something with it, change it to something else. So this is the most easy and practical way to make a key to actually type a Unicode character or emoji. You rely on an app such as Emacs or Microsoft Word. You can usually they have I have tutorials showing you how to do that in Emacs, but on Microsoft Word they also have a brief feature, like you can find it easily, and similarly for other editors. Okay, I think that's it for today. So no comments, I guess. 18 people. Every time when it's late, I got more people watching. It's kind of annoying. So let's back to Discord. TCO means tail call optimization. Oh yeah, oh yeah, right. That's why it sounds so familiar. So what's the context of that? Meowcat. Oh God, Meowcat. Meowcat says, can TCO be easily transformed to loops? Yeah, yes, if you are a compiler writer. Yes, of course. Telco optimization. Yes, if you are a compiler writer, yes, that can easily be done. Um, but if you are not, for example, I'm not, then you don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it. I don't know even how to write a compiler yet. Okay, I know I know how to write a parser, which is the first step of compiling. I kind of know a bit of that. And then you have to take the bytecode or whatever. Then you have to convert the parser's output into the compiler's target language, such as machine language or C, or JavaScript. So I don't know how to write a compiler, but you're talking about can telco optimization be easily transformed to loop? Okay, the proper way to say that, the question that doesn't make sense. Okay, the proper way to say that is that telco optimization by definition is a loop. Okay, almost by definition, telco optimization by definition means you turn a source code that's using tail recursion, using function calling itself, recursive call a function at the end. You want to turn that code when you write a compiler. When you see a recursion, tail recursion, you want to convert it into a loop. uh, that's every compiler do. That's what it means. Tail code optimization. That's the optimization part of the word. So I think if you know compilers, then I don't know what how difficult it is, things like that. So you have to be a compiler writer to kind of uh, and uh, and typically it's not something important. Okay, tailed recursion, recursion is something, it's another dramatic thing among programmers, among programming languages such as monad, tail recursion, list markers. Okay, I'm starting to rant. I talk about this often, almost every of my videos. So you got this. So it's one of the dramatic thing, telco recursion. Recursion is actually not not really practical and thing. Okay, I think I've been talking too long and there's no more comments. Okay, so okay, that 1 more minutes, then that's it for today. Okay, 1 more minutes and we shut down. Bart says doing it your way to counter layers is like thinking hours on Unix, which you supposedly hate. Tinkering hours on Unix. And no, it's not like that. Which you supposedly hate. Be consistent with your opinions. Uh, no, it's not. What to you it may seem, it's like, I suppose. Okay, let's see what you say. What do you say? Unix just does not work. Mac just works. Yes. Then I answer, layer 6 just works. Making on alternative does not work. It sucks. Okay, if this non-layer. Okay, so I guess I see what you're saying. Uh, no, I disagree. I see what you're saying. Because you are seeing. Okay, let me characterize what you are saying, which is, since I'm talking, because it's probably favorable to me and you have no way to counter. You see, what you are saying is that you see me rant against Unix and Linux all the time. And part of the reason is because I blame that Unix and Linux, they are doing hack, extremely complicated hack underneath to maybe achieve something. Then you see me talk about the keyboard, the layers. On one hand you have this Neo 2 layout which just works. You download it, it just works. You can type the Unicode. On the other hand, you see me talking about how I'm getting like complicated ways to type math symbols, and I'm saying this is superior. But actually it is complicated because, yeah, it's complicated because, first of all, I have to implement it. It's Emacs and and tools, and most people can't use it. They rather just download this Neo, and they out of the box it works. So you think there is an inconsistency, like I'm flaming Unix, but meanwhile, when it comes to keyboard layers, I'm like doing hack myself and not knowing it. Okay, I see what you're saying, but I don't see it that way. You see, the way I see it is that the Unix hack is truly a hack. Okay, it's truly. I mean, they are. So I'm saying the Unix, they are hacking not just that, but I think their concepts, ideas are just stupid in the first place. And they are not even hacking. They are not hacking to try to achieve something. Rather, they are beginning with brainlessness. Like they don't think about anything. They just whatever is the easiest way, the easiest way to do something, code something, they just do it. Then after 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, things just pile on, pile on. That's what I think of Unix. Then they try to fix something, then so it's extreme complex fuck. Okay, that's Unix. That's my opinion. But meanwhile, why cannot say I'm doing the same thing for the keyboard input system? Well, no, because what I'm, to me, okay, I'm this is thinking. This is not unthinking like the Unix people. This is thinking, analysis. You look at all, for example, I study all the possible input systems. Chinese, how you type Chinese, how do you type Japanese, their history of their input systems, very complex. And also how you type math symbols. You survey how Mathematica, for example, type math equations, how tech, LaTeX, their way of typing math equations, and Microsoft Word, how they, how they let people, what's their method for people to type these Unicode characters, math symbols. So you look at them, you study them, and you also study their different ways. Okay, you study them, you find okay, this Microsoft is doing using a brief, then Emacs is using this way, something. Mathematica is doing that way. LaTeX is doing another way, which actually doesn't input Unicode. Rather, you render. You render. Okay. So anyway, so you study all the ways, you compare, then you analyze the key efficiency. How many keystrokes you need to type, ergonomics of using modifier keys. Strain on your pinky, things like that. So that's the way. So then you come up, with a way that's better than out there. Let's say. Then you implement it. Okay. So yeah. So it's true. If you want to use, for example, my way, you have to download my stuff. Maybe no Emacs. Kind of complicated. But is that's because so you see what I'm saying? I don't see this as being inconsistent. Oh my God, I'm going through all this hack and not even realizing it. This is actual design thinking, not the Unix hack. Okay, no more comments. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Kathy says, the way you program the keyboard looks very efficient, and mouse automatically clicking when moving outside browser. Yeah, that's a huge hand saver for me. I actually agree. Line truncation destroyed me again and again. Okay. So we have a new guy, Winnie or Whiny. Winnie, it should be Winnie. TBH means to be honest. Okay, to be honest, despite starting with the Kinesis Advantage QWERTY Vorak layout with Vorak Legends, it's not very useful to have layout specific keycaps, since one should touch type always and mental map them. That's true. Actually, I have a big gripe with that attitude because when you are in the keyboard nerd community, often one of the dramatic thing, like just like programming, they also have their dramatic things. One of the dramatic thing in keyboard nerds is blank keycaps. They like keyboard without blank, no labels at all. And they show off all the time because then it's dramatic, because every time you post pictures of that, then normal people, they will say, whoa, wow, how do you type? Oh yeah, because I touch type and so on. Yeah, that's true. But actually, if you are, but actually, keyboard with key labels is actually much better because you do want key labels, especially if you research. If you research key binding, you know, if you are designing like me, I've been changing my keys, designing my Ergo Emacs mod and Software Keys mod. I have to, find which one is more efficient, key logs and all that. So I change, I used to change key binding every week. Every week, go to my Emacs and it for like over 10 years. I haven't done that much in the past 3 years, I think. But before that, for 10 years, every week I change my key bindings, one or two or three of them. And it's very frustrating because every time you change, you have to change the habit again. Every time, every week, every 2 or 3 weeks. So when you are doing research, when you're designing key bindings, and also when you are writing key binding programs like my software keys, you have to, for example, you have to write converters between Vorak and QWERTY or Coremac. You have to convert them. But then if you have a blank key, then it's problem because you okay. So if it's Vorak, I can type. I've been typing Vorak for 30 years. I can even hunt and peck Vorak without by using a QWERTY labeled keyboard. I can actually hunt and peck Vorak. So when I see QWERTY, I know what letter it is actually Vorak. So I'm very familiar with it. But however, when you are doing keyboard key research and you got a blank keyboard, every key is blank. It's a problem because it's like when you go to a forest, you saw 100, 1,000 trees. Every tree looks exactly the same. It's a problem identifying which one is which quickly. That's so I would always prefer keyboard with key labels. Actually, I have an article on that. You can find out by going to. Okay, I'm gonna shut down in 1 minute. Wait, let me see. Yeah, okay. So you can find out by going to key labels. Yeah, so key labels. You go to keyboard design, key label tech. Actually, that's not it. Actually, you go to layout. I know how to find it. You go to layout. You go to Vorak layout. Okay, here. So here's the article: blank keycaps versus labeled keys. So in this article, I detail my analysis. What's pro and cons of each. I would actually, so even if you touch type, I actually recommend you do not buy these blank keyboards. You want labels. It doesn't matter what label. You want just some pictures, even just pictures, like random pictures on them. Okay, thank you guys for watching. That's it for today. Uh, Bye, guys.